What's up, guys? This is new, crazy, Reddit story.
What's a stupidly expensive adult purchase that you now swear by that you would buy again in a heartbeat? The stupidly expensive purchase that changed my life. A story of my $4,000 mattress. So, I'm the kind of person who used to scoff at people who spent more than $100 on a mattress. Like, I'm not saying it's not understandable for people with money to splurge, but for the average Joe like me, spending thousands on a mattress seemed ridiculous. You're basically just paying for a glorified piece of foam, right? I could never understand why people would spend that much when you could easily get a mattress for a fraction of the price, and probably sleep just as well. But, my friends, I was wrong. I've never been more wrong in my life. Let me take you back to about a year ago, when I had to do some soul-searching after my back started getting progressively worse. At first, I chalked it up to just getting older. I'm in my mid-30s, so I thought maybe this was just the inevitable fate of adulting. But then it got worse, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. The mornings were torture. I'd wake up feeling like I was 80 years old, with a stiff back that seemed to take hours to shake off. And on top of that, I could never get a full night's sleep. I'd wake up tossing and turning constantly, getting maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep on a good night. I knew it was time for a change. I went to a chiropractor, and after a few sessions, they suggested that I might need a better mattress. Apparently, my old one, an inexpensive thing I bought from a big box retailer a few years ago, was not providing the support my body needed. It was sagging in places, and I wasn't getting the alignment I needed to sleep properly. I know, it's one of those things you never think about until it becomes a problem. Anyway, I did what any rational person would do and started researching mattresses. Cue the rabbit hole of mattress reviews, YouTube comparisons, Reddit threads, and Google searches. Everyone had an opinion about which mattress was the best, and the more I read, the more overwhelmed I became. There were memory foam mattresses, hybrid models, organic options, adjustable ones, and then, of course, all the different brands. People talked about firmness levels like it was a science, and I honestly didn't know what I was looking for. But, in my search, I kept seeing one brand pop up again and again, Tempur-Pedic. It's a name I've heard since I was a kid, and it's usually associated with luxury. And by luxury, I mean stupidly expensive. I looked at the price of a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and it was like being slapped in the face with the harsh reality of adulthood. $3,500 for their entry-level mattress? And I'm not even talking about the deluxe versions, which easily breached the $4,000 mark. I remember thinking, how in the world do people justify spending this much money on a mattress? But I was at a breaking point with my back pain, so I figured, what the hell? Maybe if I spend the money, I'll finally sleep like a normal person again. I pulled the trigger and bought the Tempur-Pedic TemperCloud mattress, which, after taxes and delivery, came to just over $4,000. I thought I was insane, but it was worth a shot, right? Now, I'm going to fast forward a bit. The delivery day came, and when the mattress finally showed up, it felt like Christmas. The delivery guys hauled it in, set it up for me, and I took my first lay down on that bad boy. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the first night I slept on that mattress, it was like my body melted into it. I could feel every single part of me being supported in a way I had never experienced before. It was like the mattress was custom tailored for my body. My back didn't hurt when I woke up. I didn't toss and turn. I slept like a rock for the first time in years. It was as if I had entered a new dimension of sleep. Every night since then has been the same. Sleeping deeply, waking up refreshed, and without that stiff, aching back. I didn't realize how much my old mattress had been hurting me until I slept on this one. I had no idea that a mattress could actually change your life. Here's the thing. I know it sounds like I'm overhyping it, but after living with this mattress for nearly a year now, I can honestly say I would buy it again in a heartbeat. There's not a single part of me that regrets dropping the money on it. In fact, it's hard to imagine ever going back to a cheaper mattress. That feeling of waking up without back pain is priceless. Now, I'm one of those people who will swear by this ridiculously expensive mattress to anyone who'll listen. If you're someone who's skeptical about spending big bucks on a mattress, I get it. I was you. But I'd say if you're dealing with chronic pain or poor sleep, and you can afford to make the investment, do it. Trust me, your body will thank you. So, yeah, my $4,000 Tempur-Pedic mattress is that stupidly expensive purchase that I now swear by. It's been a game changer, and honestly, I can't imagine life without it. I'd buy it again in a heartbeat, no question. So, now that I've had a year to live with my ridiculously expensive mattress, I want to dive deeper into how it's affected me in ways I didn't expect. I thought it was just about sleep. Wake up without back pain and feel well rested, right? That's the basics. But this mattress has truly changed how I approach not only my sleep, but my entire daily routine. Here's how. 1. My energy levels have skyrocketed. When I was struggling to sleep on my old mattress, I didn't realize just how much it was draining my energy. I'd wake up tired every single day, and no amount of coffee could fix that. By mid-afternoon, I'd be crashing hard, and I would always feel sluggish. I just accepted that as part of getting older. But ever since I started sleeping on the Tempur-Pedic, I've noticed a dramatic change in my energy levels. I don't feel like I'm in a constant state of exhaustion. I wake up ready to take on the day, not dreading it. This has been especially noticeable during my workday. I'm much more productive and focused at work now. I have more mental clarity, I feel less distracted, and I'm not constantly yawning during meetings. It's like I have the energy of someone in their 20s again, and I didn't expect a mattress to give me that. 2. I'm actually excited to sleep. As weird as it sounds, I look forward to going to bed now. Before, going to bed felt like a chore, just another task I had to endure. But now, I can't wait to sink into my mattress after a long day. That's something I never imagined would happen when I made the decision to buy it. The comfort, the support, the sensation of lying down and feeling my body fully relax. It's so luxurious that it makes sleep feel like a treat, not a hassle. I've even caught myself getting into bed earlier than usual sometimes, just so I can have more time to enjoy that feeling of weightlessness. When you're an adult with a busy life, getting quality sleep is a rare luxury, and it's one I now embrace without hesitation. 3. I sleep through the night like a baby. I never realized how much I was not sleeping until I started sleeping well. My old mattress had me tossing and turning all night, constantly shifting positions to find comfort, only to wake up feeling stiff and unrest. But now, I sleep through the night, uninterrupted. I don't wake up in the middle of the night with aches or discomfort. It's like the mattress molds perfectly to my body, keeping me in the ideal sleeping position without me having to think about it. This has been such a game changer. I don't even remember the last time I had a bad night's sleep. Waking up feeling refreshed has allowed me to have better days, and better days have turned into better weeks, and better weeks have turned into a much more productive and fulfilling life. Who knew a mattress could have that kind of impact? 4. My relationship has benefited. Okay, so I didn't expect this one, but I have to mention it. My partner and I have both noticed a big change in our relationship since we got the new mattress. Before, we had a typical split the bed in half situation. She'd sleep on her side, and I'd sleep on mine, both of us kind of keeping our distance because we'd wake each other up when we shifted positions. But with the Tempur-Pedic, it's a game of no more shifting. We can both move around freely, and the other person doesn't even notice. That's because the memory foam technology isolates movement, which means no more waking up to my partner rolling over or getting up in the middle of the night. We're sleeping more soundly, and as a result, we're both much happier. The days of being grumpy from poor sleep are long gone. In fact, I'd argue that our relationship is in a better place because of how much better we're both sleeping. Less stress, better moods, more energy. It's pretty wild. 5. I can't even sleep on other mattresses anymore. I'm not kidding. After getting so used to the comfort of the Tempur-Pedic, I found it difficult to sleep anywhere else. Last month, we went on a weekend trip to visit some friends, and they had a guest bed with a generic, mid-range mattress. I thought I'd sleep fine, but no. I woke up with back pain and discomfort all over again. It felt like sleeping on a rock after getting used to a cloud. I've been to a few hotels since getting my new mattress, and every time I check into a room, I secretly hope the bed will live up to the Tempur-Pedic experience, but it never does. And then, I lie there, trying to sleep, wishing I was back in my bed. The worst part is knowing that my back pain might flare up if I don't get the right support, and I start mentally calculating how much I'd rather just go home and sleep in my own bed. So yeah, it's safe to say I've been spoiled. 6. I don't worry about my back anymore. The thing that convinced me to make the purchase was the chronic pain in my back. The constant stiffness, the feeling of always needing a chiropractor, the fact that I woke up in pain every single morning. It was taking a toll on my life. I was always tense, always achy, and it made everything harder. But since switching to the Tempur-Pedic, that's all disappeared. I don't have to think about my back every time I get up from sitting or when I go to bed. I don't have to schedule regular chiropractic appointments anymore. My posture has improved because my back isn't being misaligned by a crappy mattress. In fact, I sometimes wonder if I could go back to my old mattress, but I know I'll never want to. Why risk going back to pain when I'm finally living pain-free? 7. The mattress has lasted through all my tests. Here's the thing. After spending so much money, I had some doubts. Was it really going to last? Would it sag after a few months? Would the foam lose its memory? I'm happy to report that after a year of sleeping on it, the mattress is still as firm and supportive as the first night I slept on it. There's no noticeable sagging, no wear and tear, and I'm still getting that perfect night of sleep. It's one of those purchases where you realize that the quality is just unmatched. Sure, it was expensive, but I've gotten my money's worth and then some. So, in summary, if you're sitting there wondering if you should take the plunge and buy that outrageously expensive mattress, my answer is a wholehearted yes. I'm never going back to cheap mattresses, and I'll gladly sing the praises of my $4,000 Tempur-Pedic to anyone who'll listen. It's not just about sleeping well anymore. It's about living well. I'm a firm believer that good sleep is the foundation for everything else, and this mattress has given me just that. No regrets here.